Hi guys, this is my first devotion of a series I'm going to do talking about how we can share life together, have fellowship, particularly looking at the one another's in Scripture. In the New Testament, there are over 100 references to one another. We talked a little bit on Sunday about that. Carrying one another's burdens, encouraging one another, praying for one another, greeting one another with a holy kiss. And we tried some things out there, didn't we? Some people like a hug, some people want a handshake, and we did some fun things like that. So we're pivoting from maybe talking about values to practices. So values are really important, but maybe they don't land or get lost in translation a bit. Practices, hopefully, is something we can just see and we can go, yeah, I do that or I don't do that. And it can help shape us as a community in our life together. So this week I want to just share on loving one another and ultimately being Christ-centered. Valuing Christ at the center of our life means to value and to practice loving one another. And we can think about that in our day-to-day life. Do we love the people we live with? Do we love the people we work with? Do we love the people we are engaging in our communities? And then we start to ask ourselves, well, what does love look like? Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. That's a pretty high bar. So we need to maybe look at some practices of love. I like some of the teaching around love languages. I found that helpful in the past, that maybe we receive love in the we give or show love in the way we like to receive it, and there are different love languages that are named, like words of affirmation. So those words that affirm us, touch or affection through touching. Maybe like a hug or just a hand on the shoulder or anything. Might be more than that, but touch is another. Acts of service, when people come in your home, offering them a cup of tea or saying, I'll do that for you, I'll do that bit of paperwork, or I'll serve there, or I'll do that, how can I help? Acts of service. Some people really receive love. They feel loved when that happens. And then gifts, as some people just love to be celebrated and like a gift. Oh, I just got you this bar of chocolate. I know you really like that type of chocolate. Or I just got you this book. I saw it on the shelf. I thought that would. So it's thinking through, how do we give love? How do we like to receive love? And maybe starting to ask ourselves in the journey and in our everyday life, how do people kind of receive? How do they receive love? And start to practice and do things that are kind of in their world. Because to be Christ-centered, to practice love, is to enter into other people's world and to really think empathetically about what they need, what they want. And that's what we're trying to do as the journey. We're trying to listen deeply to one another, different people's needs, their wants, their desires, their passions, entering into their world. And that's not just a one-way thing, that's a two-way thing. So we're leaning in to listen, and we're also looking to reveal something of ourselves as well. So this series, we're going to look at one another's. How do we love one another? Through very concrete practices. So the Apostle Paul and Jesus give us lots of practices, spiritual practices that can develop into habits. And habits actually change our thinking, our brains. And that is very much part of becoming more like Christ. So I look forward to sharing some more, and maybe some other people will be up for sharing as well. God bless.